I'm at the China Millennium Monument, which is also a art museum. Beijing World Art Museum, Contemporary Art Museum, Digital Art Museum. Military Museum was closed for renovations. So, this is really the only other thing to do unless you want to walk around the park just north of here. Where's this tower? And it's all fantastical juxtapositions here. Las Vegas. That's interesting. Fantastical juxtapositions. I'm waiting for the monkey on the bicycle to ride by. Now I've seen everything. "300 families, Hong Kong, Macau, 2014. Refrigerators. Family photos. Peranakan. When I was in Singapore, they had the mixture of Malaysian and Chinese called Peranakan. I went to the Peranakan Museum. Grandfather and son, grandson. Grandfather. Ancient Chinese method. Outdoor adventurists. Let's bust down these old Soviet ideas now and we'll see all sorts of modern families. Modern Chinese families. Dee-dee-dee. Karate. Lot of mixed ethnic families. These guys mean trouble. Prepared for the apocalypse. Oh, they're gonna have a baby. We've got stars directing our fate. We're kind of in the ground floor of the weird Millennium Monument. Sometimes they build big buildings in China, and it's a weird thing about, I think, Soviet socialist state, that the top-down approach. You tend to get things built because maybe it's some big vision of some department head or whoever. And it's like, well, what is this building really for? And it takes a while to get a mission and be adapted because it wasn't organic, you know, from some personal guy's vision to start a museum about the Hutongs. You know, that's a very organic museum. And luckily got funding from outside China to be started up. But you'll see, like, the Science and Technology Museum in Shanghai is a good example. It took them years to kind of get the building, I think, to resemble like a comprehensive museum. Because they built the building first, then put the exhibits in them, and it was like, well, the exhibit's not very good or appropriate for this space. Kind of weird to go from one to the other. It sorts itself out over time. But it can be kind of weird initially, I think. And there's like those old Soviet era museums, like the one there that was closed. What are we looking at here? Macau? Maybe that's Macau. I've not been to Macau. That's it. Now there's other museums on the other floors. Is that what we do? World Art Museum. To the monument. Sheng Yang Ling Yan Shen Yu Shen Yue Shen Sheng Yan Ling Shan Shui Hua Zhang. It's okay to string together a couple of the characters to make like a double name, but anything beyond that gets a little crazy. It's like reading old Roman inscriptions. Hall of Modern Art, souvenir shop. This is the floor one that we're on. Is there anything up the stairs? We've got stars directing our fate. I thought I was gonna see like Octavian here pointing, big gold statue or something. Permanent exhibit on F2. Viewpoint, use south. Exit on second floor. Digital gallery, it says downstairs. That was closed off. Millenium Hall. Looks like they be redoing the permanent exhibit over there. Beijing souvenirs, China Millennium Monument chain. I can go outside at least. The park is Yuyuan Tan. Garden altar, it's U. There's the back of the museum. Looks all gutted on that corner. See right through it. The military museum. Millenium, we've got stars directing our fate. It's like the most annoying song ever. We can't go up to it. That's some straight up bullshit. More shit's closed in Beijing right now than can't imagine. Building the Millennium, why the fuck is it closed? It's already fucked up, it's open. I'm gonna say, it's what, 14 years old? Close it, renovate it. Blow it up, it's had to stay. I'm a little crab apple when stuff I trek out to is closed for renovation. I want to see serious art. I don't want to see stickers on a fridge. All right, permanent exhibit. Deng Jiaxian from Anhui province, one of the pioneers in research of nuclear weaponry theory and major initiator of nuclear testing. Hua Lugang, famous mathematician. Damn it. His research scope ranged from several complex variables, number theory and algebra, and applied mathematics. Xian Shanghai, famous composer of the Cantata of the Yellow River, milestone piece, modern contemporary music. What is wrong with this umbrella? It's like broken. It won't stay closed. Piece of shit is what it is. They cost $45 and then they last like 3 months. These solar umbrellas. Lin Qiaoji, born Fujian province, one of the pioneers of gynecology and obstetrics in China. Devoted all her life to development of gynecology. Or as I like to call it, snatch. No, I'm kidding, just kidding. Liang Xicheng, native of Guangdong province, born in Japan, famous Chinese architect. Ling designed the national emblem of the People's Republic of China. Ma Dun, I went to his house. He was from Zhejiang province, well-known Chinese writer, social activist, Penned the novels Midnight, Stone of the Lens, and his autobiography. And he drowned himself after he got beat up by the Cultural Revolution gang. Group of red soldiers, I think. They think he drowned himself after he got a beating. His house is over kind of near the National Art Museum. Xu Beihong, a little museum to him. Xu Beihong, celebrated Chinese master artist, born in Jiangsu province, noted chiefly for horses. Xu's representative works include Galloping Horses and Portrait of Tagore. I think he's got a memorial house too, kind of over by the hospital. Mai Langfang has a historical house too, kind of over by Prince Gong's mansion. Jiangsu province, first in the four great Don characters in the Beijing opera, and developed his own style called Mi style. Gu Maru, he's got a historic house too. I went to that one. Born in Sichuan province, famous Chinese writer, historian, ancient writing expert, published 1921 Goddess, first poem in vernacular verse. I think it's off Nanlu Gu, his house. I went to it. Li Signang from Hebei province, famous Chinese geologist, studied the crustal movement from the perspective of mechanics and put forward the concept of structural system. Who's this wizard? Zhejiang province, Ma Yin-chu, economist, educator, demographer, advocated birth control for China, published on New Population. So he was like, baby equals money out your pocket. Ooh, I recognize this, Lu Shun. I know Lu Shun. I could recognize him by face now. Writer and revolutionary, Diary of a Madman, a story written vernacular language in the history of modern Chinese literature. Out with the old Confucian ideas is his thing. Father of modern literature in China. Kai Yuan Pai, Zhejiang province, modern Chinese Democrat, revolutionary and educator, advocated freedom of scholarship and all-embracing approach. Qi Baishi, I went to his house too. Painter and calligrapher from Hunan province, it's off Nanlugu, his house, regarded as world cultural celebrity, World Peace Prize, World Peace Society. Famous painter, calligrapher and poet. Jian Tianyu, native of Jiangxi province, pioneer in railroad engineering of China, construction of the Beijing Jiangjiakou Railroad. They got his bust in the China Rail Museum off Xiamen. Cao Shui-chin, novelist of the Qing Dynasty novel Dream of Red Mansions, the result of Cao's 10 years' pains, which is famed for its superb characterizations. They say Prince Gong's mansion is the inspiration for that book. It's about the fall of an aristocratic family in the Qing. Who do we have here? Xu Xiaqi, native of Jiangsu province, famous geographer, traveler, writer, Ming Dynasty. Traveler wrote a book called Travels of Xu Xiaqi. We've got stars directing our fate. Zhu Jiayu, tonal system specialist, Ming Dynasty, complete works, a ritual tonal system, which he put forth theory of equal temperament for first time. Li Qizhen, native of Hebei province and renowned pharmacologist, the Ming, 27 years writing compendium of Materia Medica. traditional Chinese medicine. They mention him at the TCM Museum in Shanghai and Hong Kong. Salaidi, Huang Daopo, born Shanghai, innovator textile techniques of Yuan dynasty. Her famous Wunijing quilt brought about a textile boom along the Songjiang area. Songjiang, is that the name for the Yangtze in Putonghua? I thought it was the Chang'an. Hey, get a rhythm when you get the blues. Come on and get a rhythm. Feel the rock and roll, feel it in your bones. Put taps on your toes and get on, get a rhythm. Well, I wonder if we can go up in that thing for a view. Probably not for security reasons. Security's so tight in Beijing. Every place you go into here, you gotta put your bag through security to go in. And then you gotta put your bag through security from the metro every time you go in. And sometimes when you cross through underpasses around Tiananmen Square, they've got more security there. Passport control and put your bag through. It's like, what? I guess it's better than going in Pyongyang, where you have to have like 2 tour guides walk around with you the whole time. Guan Hanqing, playwright of the Yuan dynasty, more than 60 poetic dramas to his credit. Representative works include Snow in Midsummer and Deliverance of a Prostitute. Li Qingzhou, native of Shandong province, well-known female poet of the Si poem, Southern Song Dynasty. Her poem is labeled the Yi-An style. Confucius. Now it's Shenku, Zhejiang province, scientist, strategist of the Northern Song Dynasty. His book entitled Sketchbook of Dream Brook is one of the legacies of the world. Bi Sheng, inventor of the movable type printing, Northern Song Dynasty, invented the typecast from clay which became movable characters after being baked. They invented, when did he live? I don't know, but he died in 1051. They invented around like 9800, I think, movable type. I think they say Korea did it first with wood. But because of the East Asian, the high number of characters in different East Asian languages, they didn't really have movable type take off because you'd have to choose thousands of characters, to put together and make a paragraph. So woodcut block printing was more popular, where they'd, Confucian classics, you'd print them out by the thousands, but you'd have page after page exactly the same, so they just cut out the characters in wood, no movable type, and do wood block printing for a long time. So, you ever see a Chinese typewriter? It's like a ridiculous number of characters. In fact, when they teach young kids Chinese, Mandarin, Putonghua, they use pinyin at first to help them. It's so complicated to become literate. Sima Guang, born Shanxi province, historian and statesman of the Northern Song Dynasty, finished Ji Diji Tongjian, first chronicle of general history in China, 1019-1086. Who's this tall guy? Du Fu, poet sage. Poetry reveals the period of Tang Dynasty from prosperity to decline, hence it's deemed poetic history. Who's this with the long sleeves? Li Po, renowned poet, Tang Dynasty, romantic poet after Chu Yuan. This is one of the cultural celebrities by UNESCO. Doolin Road Celebrities Culture Street. That's what it was. I was trying to think of that the other day. In Shanghai. Wu Dao Ji, born Henan Province, artist of the Tang Dynasty, produced a lot of Buddhist wall paintings and temples. Figures he painted were true to life. Yuzhou Municipal People's Government, Henan Province. Jia Xia, an agronomist, late Northern Wei Dynasty. Wei Dynasty, Northern Wei Dynasty. Born in Shandong Province, authored important arts for the people's welfare. Earliest work on agriculture in the world. It goes something like, there's a time to plant and a time to reap. A time to... Zhu Zhongji, mathematician, astronomer, mechanical designer of the northern and southern dynasties. Works include Zhui Shu, 9 chapters on mathematical art. Wang Shiji, born Shandong Province, was a calligrapher of the Eastern Jin Dynasty. His handwriting preface of the Lanting collection of poems, high artistic value. And introducing Kai Lun from Hunan Province, inventor of papermaking, Eastern Han Dynasty, famous for the Keihu paper, Seihu paper, I guess. C is like TS, Seihu paper. Papermaking is one of the 4 great inventions of China. There's like gunpowder, paper, silk, and Chinese food. Cantonese Chinese food, not so spicy. Zhang Heng, born in Henan Province, he was a great scientist, writer, and inventor of the Eastern Han Dynasty. He invented the celestial globe and the mobile celestial globe. Yeah, they mention him at the ancient observatory here in town. Sima Qian, born in Shanxi Province, historian and thinker of Western Han Dynasty, committed himself to writing and finished the historical records. Li Bing, hydraulic engineer of the Warring State period, who designed and directed the building of the Dujiang Weirs. It is deemed to be an exceptional work in the history of hydraulic engineering. Chu Yuan, native of the state of Chu, statesman and poet of the Warring States period. Chu penned Li Sao, 9 songs and other poems that have romantic qualities. Sun Tzu, from the state of Qi, military strategist in late spring and autumn period. His Art of War, first book of its kind, advanced the universal law of war in China. You know, I haven't heard that much about Sun Tzu, surprisingly, since I've been here. Back in the ghetto, I would see little kids sometimes in school who were gang members reading The Art of War. Like, all right. Confucius was a philosopher, educator, and founder of Confucianism. The Spring and Autumn Annals, attributed to him as the first historical work in chronological style in China. Gotta be chronological. Lao Ji, state of Chu, philosopher, founder of Taoism. Spring and autumn period, set down his ideas in Tao Te Ching. I'll go to the Cloud Temple later. I like to go to the Cloud Temple. That's the head of Taoism in China, not far from here. Guan Zhong, native of Yingshang, as a philosopher and politician of the Spring and Autumn period. His thinking was collected in the book of Master Guan Zhong. Who's the master, Leo? I'm the master. Who's the master, Leo? I guess I can walk down the central axis now of the monument. The monument. Millenium. Cause we've got stars directing our fate. You know that one? Millennium? It's a song. Millennium. Like I didn't know it. Yes, that's it for the Millennium Monument. Media Center. That's the scaled down Watergate building there. Well, I could walk around the big old park here, but I walked around the Beijing International Sculpture Park this morning, and it's afternoon, so I'm about to get out of Dodge, my friends. I'm gonna go have me some lunch, then I'm gonna go back to a civilization. "300 families, Hong Kong, Macau, 2014. Refrigerators. Family photos. Peranakan. When I was in Singapore, they had the mixture of Malaysian and Chinese called Peranakan. Modern Chinese families. Dee-dee-dee. Karate. A lot of mixed ethnic families. These guys mean trouble. Prepared for the apocalypse. On. I went to the Peranakan Museum. Grandfather and son, grandson. Grandfather. Ancient Chinese method. Outdoor adventurists. Let's bust down these old Soviet ideas now, and we'll see all sorts of modern families. And it's all fantastical juxtapositions here. Las Vegas. Oh, that's interesting. Fantastical juxtapositions. I'm waiting for the monkey on the bicycle to ride by. Now I've seen everything. I'm at the China Millenium Monument, which is also a art museum. Beijing World Art Museum, Contemporary Art Museum, Digital Art Museum. Military Museum was closed for renovations. So, this is really the only other thing to do unless you want to walk around the park just north of here. Where's this tower?